Warning, the following audio transmission is based on theory and is intended for entertainment purposes only. It's Doomsday and its affiliates will not be held liable for anything your dumbass does. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, everybody, to It's Doomsday Podcast Live. I don't know why our audio intro came in so low there on the board, but it is what it is. Can't hear me. J-Dog can't hear me. What is going on there? The computer can hear me, but Jake can not hear me. Jake, call in. Can hear you. Boss wife says can hear you. Okay. We're doing something right here. I'm not exactly sure what it is yet, but we're going to figure this out along the way. We're getting back in the swing of things. Jake, call in. Jake. Maybe I could just invite him in. Maybe that'll work. Let me try this here. Manage, go live with Jake Dials. 5 out of 5 here in the land of Oz. What's up, dude?
Sir, I'm going to need to be able to hear you.
You can't hear me.
That'd be great.
I can hear you. No,
Your
nothing.
lips are moving, and there's no sound coming out of it.
Your setup is so clear. Thank you. So it's on your end. It's on your end. It's on Jake's end. Somewhere.
You're pointing at me like it's my fault.
It is your fault.
It's your fault.
It's not my fault. Everybody can hear me. How about now?
What is this?
What is what?
Why can I hear you outside of the headphones? What is happening right now? Can you hear me at all?
Yeah.
So you can hear me, he can hear me, but I can't hear me.
All right. So we're gonna have your wife run a little bit of
the sign language.
So we're gonna have listen. Alexa can run a little bit of interference for us right now. Does he have his volume turned down on the headset? Does it have its own volume control?
No.
Oh, now you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
What'd you do?
Literally, nothing.
Oh, so welcome in, Jake. How are you doing today?
Well, better once I get this stuff to work. Hold on a sec.
Okay, well, as Jake's doing that, we're going to answer some questions. The setup we're running, the audio is clear because we're running through a mixer and we're running through an iRig. The camera that we're utilizing right now, for those of you on the live, it's just a regular Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra camera. It's just the phone camera. That's it. I don't know. So, Jake, how are you?
I can barely hear you in these. It's like this loud.
What is going on?
Scream at me.
Blah!
When I use those on my podcast with Al, he sounds really quiet too.
Well, Al always sounds quiet.
Yeah, that's a good point. He does. How do you connect the sound with the S21? We use an iRig stream for that. That's how we do that.
Whatever, dude. I'm going naked.
What you go, if being naked makes you feel better, I'm not going to knock it.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. So anyway, Jake and I haven't got together to do a live, and it feels like a month. Has it been like a month?
Has it been longer than a month?
It maybe.
It probably has, dude.
So there's been a lot going on lately in both mine and Jake's world. I've been finishing up the EMT classes, and Jake's been having some baseball things going on our normal days. So we're getting back into the swing of this now, though. It feels like we're getting back where we need to be.
I got kidnapped. So
you got kidnapped?
Yeah, don't you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, well, I did, but I got free. I'm fine.
Who kidnapped you?
Some old guy.
Was it Al?
Yeah, it was.
So I swear to God, dude, last night I thought you were dead. I was listening to Al's show, and I heard your wife angrily chopping with a butcher knife, and I didn't think there was going to be anything of you left.
Well, I've still got one hand left, and I have some toes left.
All right.
She kept me with adequate limbs still to be able to mow the yard.
Well, I guess that's very important, right? You got to be able to mow the yard.
Yeah.
And I haven't been watching these audio levels at all, so you might be a little bit low in the recording. We had really good audio last time, though, so I don't understand what the deal is here.
I don't know, man. I haven't updated anything. Maybe that's why.
Maybe. That could be. I mean, I hear you fine, just I'm watching the screen. But anyway, that's fine. So, dude, there's a lot that has happened in this past month that we've missed, and I think we're kind of too far behind right now to try to even compensate for this. So I wanted to spend this episode talking about Prepstock stuff.
Do it.
Yeah. So we're going to get into all things Prepstock related in the next 54 minutes we have of the show here. And this will come out in two-parters to kind of bombard the internet for people, because that's how we do things, right? So, for those of you that don't know what Prepstock is a 3-day homesteader survivalist event that takes place in Townsend, Tennessee, not far outside of Knoxville. And you can get tickets to this by going to www.prepstock.ticketleap.com. And we're going to go over some of the things that are going to go on in this event. Jake, I want to run some ideas by you for things with the event. And basically, we're just going to shoot the shit about some Prepstock stuff.
Are you looking for something kick-ass to add to your closet? Reaper has the hookup for t-shirts, hoodies, button-ups, hats, beanies, and plenty of other badass products. You can check out Reaper Apparel Company at www.reaperapparelco.com and use code DOOM10 for 10% off. Jester only stands behind brands he believes in, and Dan at Reaper Apparel has a mission, and Jester is on board. Go check out www.reaperapparelco.com today and use code DOOM10 for 10% off your entire order. Why be a sheep when you can reap? Use code DOOM10 for 10% off at www.reaperapparelco.com today.
Clear. Let's do it.
And what does your wife mean by he acts right now?
He acts right now that she took one of my hands and some of my toes.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so, all right. So first things first, arrival on Friday night. The dates for this, by the way, are October 6th through the 9th. And again, in Townsend, Tennessee. This is taking place over Columbus Day weekend, for those of you that don't know. Welcome in, Kimberly. Once again, prepstock.ticketleap.com to get your event tickets. So I figured Friday night, arrival, 5 p.m., right? That's what we did. That's basically what we did last year. And I'm figuring giving it from 5 till about 8 or 9-ish for people to like meet and greet and unpack and select their rooms and move vehicles around, get campsites set up, etc. I think that's about a good time frame. 3 to 4 hours for all that, you think?
Sorry, I was listening to you, but my youngest grabbed a dozen eggs and he had them in his hands and I just stopped him. So yeah.
Yeah.
I saved the world. I just saved the world.
Okay. So, all right. So to recap,
So 3 hours for what?
For meet and greet, room selection, unpacking, and moving vehicles.
I feel like for me, I'd be good after about 30 minutes.
Well, that's you as one person. What about when there's 30 people unpacking and moving and doing things?
Well, I guess they're just going to have to hurry up.
I would hope so. So, and this is why there's nothing serious scheduled for Friday night when you guys arrive to the event. There's nothing serious scheduled. Get there at 5. We're going to do some unpacking, move some vehicles around, show people kind of where stuff's at. And then I figure at some point we're going to get hungry, right?
Eventually.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we have one or two options, and maybe we do both of these options, okay? I think it would make sense to have snacks out for people, just in general, chips, pretzels, sodas, bottles of water, maybe some finger-esque foods like little smokies, things like that. Maybe a cheese tray. People like cheese, things of that nature. You like cheese?
I love cheese.
Maybe we put out some popcorn, like some poppin' corn, cheese balls. Basically all the junk food you would not normally eat, we'll put out.
I mean, I'm eating chocolate right now. Does that count?
Oh, speaking of junk food, dude, I am so happy. So we have a shared fridge at the office here, right? And put this energy drink in there like a week ago, thinking it was going to be stolen by the time I got to it. And I went in there and I was like, holy shit, there's still an energy drink in here. So fuck yeah. And Stradio or KST Radio says, cheese balls, facts.
Stradio.
Stradio. What's up, Stradio?
Castradio.
I like it. That's a good name. So, all right. And then
I'm just pronouncing everybody's names wrong when we see them come up.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. I like it. We'll try that. So, the other thing I was going to say too is I wanted to do a fire gathering somewhere between 9 to 11 p.m. But, like last year we hung out all night around the fire, like way too long. So this will consist of going to the fire, hanging out around the fire. And I'm thinking, like, would it be a good idea to make some food around the fire? Like, let's get some hot dogs, let's get some beans, let's get all those fun campfire-esque foods and do some cooking around the fire on Friday night. S'mores. Yes. KTS Radio, Castradio. S'mores are where it's at. So campfire cooking.
If everything goes according to plan, I distinctly remember one person talking like nonstop for like 2 hours straight. We could just put that time forward for story time.
Who talked for 2 hours straight? Was that me?
No, it was a stranger.
Oh, that fracking guy. I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't remember his name. It doesn't matter what his name was.
I don't remember either.
What's up, Survival Alliances? How are you? And yes, we could do haunted stories, ghost stories. That sounds like fun. So campfire cooking, hang out, ghost stories.
Do you have enough food in your pantry for when disaster strikes? Go to www.readywise.com and utilize code DOOM10 for 10% off your entire food order. ReadyWise offers long-term food storage items such as chicken and beef that last up to 15 years. But that's not all. Go to www.readywise.com and use our code DOOM10 for 10% off of organic food as well. Offering chili, pasta, and soups, they have you covered. Did we mention they have fruits? Bananas, blueberries, strawberries, and apples, just to name a few. With many more food options for your home, car, or bug-out bag, ReadyWise has your six. Go to www.readywise.com now and utilize code DOOM10 for 10% off.
All right, now,
Survival Aliences.
Survival Aliences, yes. Secret Agent Man, yes, that guy. What's up, Rifle? Welcome in. Rifle was there last year. Any musicians? Jake here's a musician. Sick of rain, but we need it. Gotcha. Can't wait to actually show up this year. Rock on. So this brings us into the daytime activities on Saturday and Sunday, which both these activities are going to be the same for Saturday and Sunday, but the schedules are going to be a bit staggered, okay? But they're going to be the same thing taking place on Saturday and Sunday, just at a little bit different time frames, okay? Now, right now, we have a handful of speakers and a handful of things going on, so we're just going to roll through these here. We've got Communications 101 with Rusty Shackelford. We've got Herbal Remedies with Shelby Jack. We've got Beekeeping with B-Man J. We've got Ammunition Reloading with Rusty. We've got Apothecary with Shelby. We've got Self-Defense with B-Man J, which is basically going to be me getting my ass kicked. And then there's also going to be a hands-on communication course, again with Rusty. And then Mini Haven Homestead is going to be doing a canning course while that's taking place as well. And then there's also going to be a Doomsday mentality speech. There's going to be an apocalypse leadership course. And there is also going to be a bug-out bag building course. These are all the things that are taking place at the moment during the day on Saturday and Sunday. All right?
I'll definitely take place in the self-defense.
Oh, you... I don't want to be the only one getting my ass kicked, so if you want to jump in there and take one for the team, dude, you're more than welcome to.
Is it Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Do I get to be on top or bottom?
Okay, so interestingly enough, B-Man J has trained in a ass ton of different martial arts, right? And he was an inductee into the Karate Hall of Fame. Like, he's done a lot of different shit, and I'm a little bit nervous, but it's okay. I'll be fine.
Could he defeat Steven Seagal? You know he's the ultimate warrior, so...
Listen, Jake, I'm going to tell you right now. I love Steven Seagal, but I think that Jean-Claude Van Damme would kick Steven Seagal's ass.
Sir, Steven Seagal specifically said Jean-Claude Van Damme is a fraud.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? We're just going to have to get Chuck Norris in here to take them both out then.
He also said Chuck Norris is a fraud. We're talking about the legend Steven Seagal here.
I bet Jackie Chan could whoop his ass.
He didn't say anything about Jackie Chan.
Because he fucking knows better.
I don't know.
Anyway, so to keep this going, so there's going to be other things I'm working on, with the event, and like right now I'm trying to work on local EMS to come in and do a Stop the Bleed course. Oh, also other things we got going on. We also got a jerky making class taking place on Saturday and Sunday. Jerky Perfection. Do you remember Clarky from the event last year who sold the beef jerky?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He's going to be coming in. He's going to be doing a jerky course as well on how to make the perfect jerky. Not just any jerky, but the perfect jerky.
And he'll also teach you how to jerky yourself.
Right, exactly.
So you can go home and treat yourself
to some jerky.
Yes.
This is interesting. Welcome in, Jelly. Welcome in, Ba. Chuck Norris sleeps with a pillow under his gun. You're right, Ba, he does. And Radio said, Jason David Frank said the same thing about Jean-Claude Van Damme. No shit. I love Jason David Frank. Anyway, rest in peace, Jason David Frank. Anyway, so moving on. So, all right, Saturday night and Sunday night, we're going to have downtime, and we got to kind of figure out some things that are going to go on here. We've got Mini Havens bring in some games and things to do for the kids, but I also wanted to try to get some apocalypse bingo going on. Karaoke has been stated, but all these nights are going to end with us around the campfire as long as there's not rain, right?
Sounds good to me.
I would love it if we could figure out a way to do Doomsday Pictionary. Remember the game Pictionary, dude?
Barely, but yes.
Okay, so in the game Pictionary, you got a card and you had to draw what it was, and then but it would be cool to do that like all Doomsday shit.
Well, I'm a very good artist, so whoever's on my team is going to win.
I call Jake's team. Don't jinx
That's
it.
good.
Yeah, right, Jelly? Don't jinx it. So one of the reasons I felt it was good to kind of get all this out about the Prepstock stuff is because I've been getting like decent listener emails lately with people asking how they can get better prepared, what's going on, are there any events taking place and stuff like that. And this has been the perfect opportunity for me to plug Prepstock. And we get new followers to the show every day. We get new listeners every day. So I figured let's put this out there because we got to get ticket sales got to increase like dramatically. So I figured this would also be a good way to help boost the ticket sales. Also, we're going to be running an ad on the show for Prepstock soon. It just has to be written, recorded, edited, and published. So no big deal.
No problem. It'll be fine.
Hopefully we'll get that done and it'll be fine. I'm also wanting to put in a fishing tournament for the kids. I'm trying to work that out. Like a catch and release fishing tournament where the kids can get a prize depending on how many kids we have there. Excuse me. If we don't have enough kids to make a total tournament just for the kids, then we'll just incorporate the adults with it and it'll just be like a fishing tournament for everybody who wants to bring their own stuff. I just got a call, confirm we can do that. And I was actually supposed to make it out to Camp Wesley Woods this week, and that idea of getting out there is looking kind of grim. So I might have to do that in the next coming weeks here. So the big thing I wanted to do on Friday night, and this was brought up to me in regards to the food thing, and I had this wrote down. I forgot to mention it. So one of the big things I wanted to do was have a potluck on Friday night. What do you think about doing a potluck on Friday night?
If there's food involved, I'm there.
Fire is one of the most basic essentials for survival. Whether you're camping, hiking, or preparing for disaster, Blackbeard has your six. Go to www.blackbeardfire.com and utilize code DOOMSDAY for 10% off your entire purchase. Blackbeard offers stormproof matches, plasma arc lighters, fire starters, and ferro rods, all of which are great for your bug out bag. Once again, go to www.blackbeardfire.com and utilize code DOOMSDAY for 10% off your entire purchase.
Gotcha. Okay, so
that's just yeah.
Yeah. So
is there food? Yeah, I'll be there. Check.
So I talked to a local prepper about this, and this is like the big thing I'm trying to get figured out. And this is like where I need some feedback from you and get your thought processes on some things. So I was talking to him, and I said, what if we just make the whole weekend a potluck, right? And he was kind of like, well, dude, good luck with, having people bring all this stuff for the entire weekend. Where are they going to put it? How are they going to keep it cold? Do you expect people to pre-make all this stuff? Like, what do you think's going to happen with that? And I was like, you know what? Good point. And then he said, just doing a potluck on Friday night would be fine. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Depending on what you want to do, 10 or 15 minutes away, there's a grocery store. So, I mean, you technically could, as long as you know what you're going to get and what you needed, you can go and get it.
Right. So my big concern is once I get there for the weekend, I feel like I'm going to have so much to do that I'm going to be pretty much stationary and not leaving. Right?
Sure.
So that's a great concern of mine. So my thought was, we have to figure out the food for the weekend for Prepstock. Last year, we provided everybody with like dinner on the evenings that we were there. We did hot dogs. We did meatball subs. I can't remember. Was that it? Did we do anything else? I can't remember.
Meatballs.
Yeah, we did the meatballs. We did meatballs, chips.
I'll never forget the meatballs and crab rangoon combo.
Oh,
so
damn. Oh, we
do that.
We did spaghetti too. We also did spaghetti.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right. So what I was kind of figuring was it's going to be very difficult. We talked about doing a meal ticket, right? Where we figured, it would be beneficial. We could have one person or two people do all the cooking. The food will be covered within these tickets, blah, blah, blah. And with where we're sitting at with ticket sales right now and how things are going to go, I don't think meal tickets are going to be feasible this year. So I'm kind of thinking in my head, it might be beneficial to maybe, if we could figure out a way to do this, assign different responsibilities to different people, because this is my big fear. You saw the size of the kitchen there. Could you imagine 30, 40 people trying to get in and out of that kitchen to cook all their own meals?
Well, my thinking on it is this, and I'm not even making a joke this time. If it's going to be, it's Prepstock, so you have to consider the whole doomsday type scenario. Wouldn't it just be proper practice to have everybody have their respective jobs? Because in that type of society, you would be in a commune anyway, and everybody would have specific tasks, right?
Yeah. And I went to put assign jobs, and I spelled assign wrong, and I put assassin jobs. Assassin jobs
would be a task, so you're not wrong technically.
Right. Yeah, B-Man, what's up, dude? He said do a class on fire starting and cooking over the fire. We could absolutely add that in there for some evening activity, because we're going to have downtime from like 6 to, I want to say, like 8-ish, 30 when it's still daylight, but we'll bring lanterns and stuff anyway. We will have light down by the fire. So that's something we could technically do every evening. Make sure they have skills in the kitchen, maybe have time to prep the meals to help the cooks. Yeah, that's a good point too. I think what I wanted, and this is kind of the other realm I was going to go down with this, everybody likes to have, snacks and chips and different things to snack on for breakfast or whatever. Do you think it would be worth putting together a way for people like to chip in money to be able to do a big Sam's Club run for like, donuts, apple turnovers, croissants, like all that crap beforehand?
Can you hear that screaming?
Sometimes. That time.
Want to be a guest on the show? Email it's doomsdaypodcast@gmail.com. That's it's doomsdaypodcast@gmail.com.
Wow.
Night ops?
I'm going to go this way.
Just run from the noise. Run from the screams.
I know last year it was financial hardship for sure.
Yeah.
I remember that being an issue, but I'm not too worried about that, so I'll chip in wherever we need to.
Gotcha.
So I mean, I'll help out however we need. If you're shorthanded or whatever, let me know, and I'll throw in for whatever. And then I'll force my wife to also fork in some cash too, and she's just gonna have to accept it. So
there you go. So to go back to what B-Man said, food trucks are a problem because we don't have the kind of turnouts that the food truck companies want, right? They don't want to show up to feed like 30 people. And then the other thing is a lot of people like to do the food trucks and they think it's great till they realize they've spent $100 in a day feeding 2 people, and then they're like, what the hell? So because we were actually, Ozarks was going to bring his food truck last year, and what we figured with him with gas and everything else going on, it just wasn't going to be worth it for him to make that trip. All right. So what I think maybe what I would love to be able to do with the food side of this is let's take a big vote. All right. Figure out what people want to have for breakfast, what they want to have for lunch, what they want to have for snacks. All right. And then maybe kind of divvy this out. Like someone brings the mayonnaise, someone brings the hot dog, someone brings the buns, etc. And then we could kind of figure out who's going to cook. And
I always bring buns.
Right. Always bring the buns. Need to do a class on night operations. Who's going to do the night operations class? I'm down. Yeah. I'm down for that. I could. B-Man, you're becoming worth your weight in freeze-dried food, dude. If you do that, someone doesn't. If you do that and someone doesn't show. So I look at it like this. If we end up, getting to the point where, everybody's bringing one thing and then one person doesn't show, and it's like, shit, Jake didn't show up and he was supposed to get the mustard. Someone go get mustard. I'll
be at 4 a.m. again. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could easily solve that. I'm hoping you get there before 4 a.m. this time.
I plan to. That was a long drive, though, man. I was very tired.
Oh, I'm sure you were. Create a poll on what people would want. This would limit the unsureness. That's true, too. Pay for my lunch and I will be there. Gotcha, dude. So, last year it was very simple. And, I don't recall how everything went down for breakfast because I didn't eat breakfast there. I didn't eat lunch. I only ate in the evenings during Prepstock because I was out in the morning to go to the expo, and by the time I got back, it was dinner time. That's like the only thing I really ate.
I ate like twice a day, and I remember I ate a lot at lunch, and then dinner time not so much, but I didn't eat breakfast. But that was just me. But I think people are going to have to understand that, if this is the atmosphere that they're interested in, they're going to have to understand that the atmosphere brings certain different tasks and responsibilities, because right now this is under capitalism, so we can just go to Wendy's and get what we want. In this type of scenario, this doesn't happen. In this type of scenario, there's no Taco Bell. In this type of scenario, there's no McDonald's. Everybody has to provide and bring skills to the table, otherwise everybody dies. So they're going to have to understand that this is practice for it all, and if this is what it is, it should be all encompassing. So everybody should have a task and make it, I guess, communistic in that way. Everybody has a task and everybody contributes.
This is an emergency action message. At approximately 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, NORAD is tracking 15 ICBM nuclear missiles inbound to the following cities: Orlando, Miami, Pittsburgh, Dover, Newark, Richland, Philadelphia, New York City, Baltimore, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Boston, Seattle, Detroit. This is an extremely deadly situation. Stay tuned. The next emergency message will be a presidential address.